This is how you start it. You gotta put your foot on the brake, which you won't be able to for a long time, but that's how you start it. You put your foot on the brake, turn your key. There's your gear shift. Put it reverse. Let's go. You got it? Put your other hand up here. There you go. Your brother and your sister are already going. You gotta put pants on first. I'm just kidding, you can't go to work yet. Here you go. Bye. Come here. Bye. See you later. Love you. You're leaning a lot this way. Wanna come, Daddy? Huh? It's 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. We are about to move the dry cows and now the bred heifers. We put them together yesterday, finally. So all the heifers that are in here are pregnant. We sorted out the ones that were open. There's only like 15. We're gonna move them over here across to number 12. We cut number 12 for hay a week ago or so. So we're only gonna spend a day in there and then we'll move them. So like I was saying, we cut number 12 for hay about a week ago or so. It's got some regrowth. We're gonna put them in there for a day and then move them tonight. We'll let them mow it down so we can get ready to plant. Should have put the Ranger on this side. But this morning it was 49 degrees, which feels like it's freezing when you're used to 79 degrees. I think Sunday morning we were 79, 75, 79 for the low, 97 for the high. Yesterday we got to like 75 for the high, and then this morning was 49, and we're supposed to be 81 this afternoon. So got some crazy, ridiculous fog cutting us in the dairy barns that way. We can't see the dairy barn, so it's kind of cool looking. I guess I won't have to go out there. They're all coming. But between bush hogging, we're doing some work in the dairy barn, just fixing some little stuff broken, and we sorted these heifers. Still gotta get some calves ready to wean though, and just getting the equipment ready to go. So it didn't rain much. It just covered up tracks. You still see dust, so it needs to rain some more. We got a chance of rain coming Friday. Hopefully that's enough to get us where we can get started planting. But we're actually standing on the lane that we were working on a few weeks ago. You can see how that kind of turned out. we're gonna get these moved across, and then we gotta go back up to the barn. I gotta change some gates. Guys are still used to cows going to the what we call the cooling ponds, and then but we're going out to graze. So for the milk cows, so I have to go change those gates, and then get back up to the feed lane, and we'll just see what we do for the rest of the day. There's a whole bunch of hogs right there. We're cutting across number 10 right now to number 11. Those hogs were in the kind of the back corner of 10. Oh, I stepped over the fence into 11. Yeah, we got her. Him or her, whatever. That's a big boar. It's the only one I shot at. Well, one of the guys called. He was getting the cows up, getting group 2 up to milk, and he called and said there was 20 or 30 hogs out at number 14. About 10-15 minutes after he called me, I had to come open a gate in number 9, and I seen them. They were still in 14, starting to make their way into 13. So I went back to the shop, got my gun, went back to the gate at 9, which is probably halfway between here and the dairy barn where we're sitting right now, and we're actually in number 11 here. But when I got back, they were just getting into field number 10, and so I just walked up the lane, actually went into the gate at 10, cut halfway across, and I wish it was a little bit more darker than it was. That would have been a little more helpful to get a little closer, but I thought I kind of had a plan. I would pick him off first, and then maybe get the rest of them as they ran by. But the rest of them, he actually did what I wanted him to do. He turned and came running by, actually a little bit closer for a better shot, more of a broadside shot, and then the rest of them just ran straight away from me. So, and there was a few more back up this way. I didn't even see them, but he went probably 80 yards. He's got 2 bullet holes in it for sure. I'm not sure how many times I shot. I mean, with that gun, I just start shooting. So, these these bastards are so thick and thick-skinned and all that 223 bullet. Sometimes you'll find a dead body and not even have a bullet hole in them, or at least one you can find, because they just seal right back up. I know I got him good in the lungs, and there's a shot a little lower. He might have a few more holes in him. He's a good-sized boar. Yeah, so let's see if I put my foot up there. I wear a size 11. You can see how big his head is. and the heel of my foot is at his snout. So that's one less hog to deal with. I can usually do better than just getting one, but I've gotten as many as 7 before in one group like that. With a couple shooters and a guy with a spotlight driving a Ranger, we've gotten as many as 18 before. But in this scenario, the rest of them ran directly away from me, and I just couldn't get a shot. And he's the one I first started shooting, and he kept on trying to truck, so we just kept after him, trying to get him down for sure. And then he didn't make it 60 yards. So we're gonna head back up to the shop and put this away. Got to do his computer work, and then we're gonna head to the feed lane. I got to run feed off for group 3, check across the road, and then call it a day. So we're back here at the Ranger now. I finally got enough light. I didn't, total last minute thing, so I didn't pack any flashlights. All I had was my little pocket light and then my light that's on my forearm or my gun. So I told a story out there what happened, but I thought I'd go over this real quick. If I didn't have my wife and kids, this is all I would need. It's an AR-15. So this is a Hyper Legion. Took me a few years to get it all decked out like I wanted it. I tried a few different sights, but now I have the one that I love. It's an Aimpoint. I forgot the number. It's I want to say it's a 4, but I can't quite remember. But anyway, it's an Aimpoint. It's a red dot. Turn the knob here for your brightness and for your dim. Actually, I had to slow down about good 30 seconds before I shot just to turn it down a little bit. It was a little bit too bright after it got darker as I walked out there. And it's sitting on a LaRue Tactical base. They're out of Texas. And I have my iron sights on here just in case battery goes dead. Got them folded down. I got a sling. Just your standard cheap foregrip here. The pistol grip here is out of metal. It's not the cheap plastic kind on some guns, and it's wrapped in rubber. On this side, I got a rechargeable LED flashlight that zooms. It can go wide and zoom in. It's got different settings for brightness. Anyway, and it shoots a 223. On occasion, I do buy ammo, and if I have time, I reload a lot, but I haven't reloaded in a couple years because I haven't needed to, because I got way too much ammo to begin with. But went ahead and put plastic on it here. Just feel like you get a better grip sometimes, and the metal's not digging into you. And actually, well, I can't show you the camera, but I got my Ghost X just with the pivot base and the magnet, and didn't really think that went through when I was walking out there. So what I ended up doing is I pinched it between my fingers here, used my thumb on this side to turn the light on, and basically had the mount of the camera through my middle and ring finger poking out and hanging down the side. So we'll see how good that footage was, if it was good at all or even decent. It is these guns have a bad name, but it's not the gun, it's the people that use them. And I wouldn't trade this thing for anything. So if you're curious to how many hogs this has killed, I don't even know. I lost count many years ago. Its best 24 hours was 2 hogs and 6, no. Its best 24-hour period was 2 coyotes and 6 hogs within 24 hours. And it's, like I said, one night, me and my cousin, we got after him with Wes doing the spotlight, and we killed 18. So I shot 64 times that night. Anyway, with that being said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. We're getting really, really close to planting seed. I'm pretty sure we'll be going either right around this weekend or maybe even a little bit before. Today's Tuesday. It'll be right around this weekend. Today we just baled some hay. Or Wes did. The rest of us, we got some heifers ready to vaccinated, ready to wean, and then we just did a bunch of other little odd end stuff like that. So we'll see you on the next one, and thanks for watching again. Appreciate it, guys.